Well, with that said, let's predict it, Zach. And I'll say this. It is 3 days before the game. So if something happens in between now and then and you're watching this back, just know we didn't know about it at the time. So as of now, Tennessee, Hyatt, Banks, Tillman are opt-outs. Injuries were not that they're kind of keeping that under wraps, but it seems like for the most part, Tennessee's going to be healthy, and Clemson's also going to be healthy. Clemson's opt-outs, the two guys on the defensive line, Trenton Simpson and
Miles
Miles
Murphy.
Miles Murphy. Miles Murphy, they're essentially their best defensive player out of this one. And then obviously DJ Uiagalelei gone. He's gonzo, and Klubnik will be your quarterback. So that's the situation. Again, if something happens between now and then, we didn't know. But your thoughts, Zach? Who is winning this one and why?
Yeah, it's a complete toss-up game for me, just because of the weirdness and so many unknowns, and because of those unknowns, I feel like you have to give the edge to Clemson just because they've been there. Dabo's been in these games. These players have been in these big games, these bowl games that are in nice locations, and it's kind of Tennessee's first foray into this type of world. Outside of Josh Heupel, these guys haven't really been on a trip like this to Miami where there's a lot of hype for this game and a lot of media and a lot of all this, every move that you make is planned. I mean, they go to the beach and there's media there for a viewing opportunity, and they're having to deal with all that while also preparing for a game. And I'm not saying they're not capable of it, but I just feel like you have to give the edge to the coach that's been there before and the players, outside of Klubnik, obviously, a lot of Clemson's roster that's kind of been around and been used to playing in games like this. So it's not that I don't think Tennessee can't win. It's not that really think that I don't feel like either team. Like I don't have a gut feeling either way towards this game. That's why I feel like, hey, just give it the edge to Clemson because they've been there. So I mean, I think I've got Clemson winning 30 or 38-31.
38-31, a touchdown win for Clemson. Everyone in the comments berate Zach for choosing Clemson to win this game.
I also hope this is like good luck for Tennessee. I mean, it's not like I want Tennessee to lose at all. Obviously. I mean, I got a Tennessee hoodie on under here. It's not, it's not nothing like that.
We're both in Tennessee gear.
We're not going to be like the media that pretend to not cheer for Tennessee, because that's pretty much every single media member at this point.
I am a massive Tennessee fan, a Tennessee alum. I hide nothing.
Yeah, you got to be professional in the press box, but
that's the only time. Yeah. And even in the press box, internally, I'm screaming. Just know that. Fall is in the air, and that means fall grilling with cookouts, tailgate parties, and so much more. Luckily, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall with their mouthwatering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra juicy burgers, and easy-to-prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. And now is the perfect time to load up on all this incredible flavor and take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their friends and family sale. Go to omahasteaks.com and use my promo code VOLS, that is VOLS, at checkout and get $30 off your order. And guys, I've said it in these ads for weeks now. I've had all of the stuff from Omaha Steaks. I can't endorse it enough. Everything has been high quality. It comes right to your door, so easy and convenient, and I mean, most importantly, tasty. So I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. So don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and stock up today. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. And don't forget to score that extra $30 off your order when you use VOLS at checkout, VOLS. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights. You won't come close to getting this kind of quality at the grocery store. Visit omahasteaks.com. Promo code VOLS at checkout. Minimum order may be required. Omaha Steaks. So with this game, I've said it this whole show so far. It's going to be a weird one. I just feel it coming. You can feel it in the air. There's just something here. Oh, and I'll say this to everybody that's watching. We got a bunch of you in here right now. Drop your prediction into the comments, wherever, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you might be watching. Give us your prediction and we'll read them after I give mine. We'll read what you think is going to be the outcome of this one. It just feels like something strange is afoot. And so I could see between the two teams 4 turnovers. Strip sack, interception, fumble from running backs, and that throws a wrench into whatever ends up happening. I don't know if Tennessee can answer, if Clemson can answer off of that. There's some elements like that. And then I think it's close all the way through. I don't think that it just feels like, I've especially seen from Clemson media, it feels like they think they're going to blow Tennessee out. That's really I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. I think they're discounting Milton. I think that Heupel draws things up for him here with a month to prepare. And Milton seizes the moment. Finally, I think he has his opportunity and he seizes this moment, keeps this game competitive all the way through. Now, Milton seizing this moment doesn't mean, I don't say that and be like, and go, Tennessee's going to win by 20. That's not what I mean by seizing the moment. I think Milton seizing the moment is Tennessee hangs in this game. Clemson's defense is good. It's a good defense. And so I think Tennessee hangs in. They keep it close. It's winnable in the 4th. And I'm going to say Tennessee beats Clemson in this one. Bowl games strange, man.
That's
weird
true.
Stuff happens all the time. And a weird thing like this, me choosing Tennessee to win, being the optimist in the situation, that's a weird thing. So I'm going to do the weird thing about the game that I think is going to be weird. Tennessee wins this one. I will say I'll go 35-34. A little low for Tennessee, low scoring.
You're going to like nervously wait out an extra point to win the game?
Maybe. I don't know how that will manifest. But I say 35-34. A 1-point win. Tennessee squeaks it out right there at the end. That's what I'll say. Milton has the game where we go, oh man, he's the guy for next year. And then that's how we walk away. This year has turned me. This year for Tennessee sports has turned me where I go, Tennessee can in the big moment do the thing. You win the SEC tournament in basketball. You win it in baseball. You win huge games in both of those sports. You win huge games in football. You beat Alabama in football, folks. You beat Alabama. Like, miracles happen every day. Like, these things can happen. And so I say this season gets capped off with a special moment. And you end up beating Clemson in the Orange Bowl. And Klubnik has a rough game, and you're able to get to him. And I say Tennessee wins. That's where I'll go.
If your prediction comes true, Tennessee wins this game. Is this 2022 Tennessee team essentially this generation's version of the 85 Tennessee team, the Sugar Vols? Is that, do you put them in that territory?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously they will be remembered in a way that's different from other like good teams. We remember the 2016 team fondly. That was a good team. They were fun. They won 9 games. But Butch was the coach. Butch was a clown. There's always those caveats. I think this season would be special in a different way. I mean, 11 wins in year 2 for your new coach. I know I don't know about the Sugar Vols because I wasn't alive.
Yeah, we're not old enough to understand what it was like in that moment.
Exactly. But I remember back to like a 2001 where you came up a game short from the national championship. I remember in the moment being disappointed. I mean, that was a real disappointment. You would have played in the national championship. You lost the SEC championship game. But we look back at that and we go like, that was one of the great ones. That was a special season. You win at Florida after the game gets postponed for 9/11. We were there. And like, there's just moments like that. I think you'll look back on this season. Yeah, you didn't win a national championship, but this was a special one. This one stands out. You're going to talk about this one for a really long time, almost no matter what happens in this bowl game. But if you cap it off with a win over Clemson, without a doubt, you will have some really, really special wins, a number of them. Obviously, the top of the mountain there being beating Alabama, but uh, and I wonder how much that would eat up a Clemson fan to know that even if Tennessee were to beat Clemson, it wouldn't even come close to beating Alabama. That's not even like remotely. I hope if there are any Clemson fans watching, just know you think that we would think it would be really special to beat Clemson, and it would be. Beating Alabama will forever be 100 times better than that. Like, there's no outcome here that could be like that. So,
yeah, I think Tennessee fans, obviously, you want to beat Clemson, but they want to beat Dabo. Like,
yes,
they want
true.
to shut Dabo up, and they don't want to hear some cringeworthy comment from him in the post-game press conference. Clemson coming off a win. Those comments are much more easier to handle when Clemson loses. So that to me, at least for me, that's how I feel about it. I don't want to see Dabo beat Tennessee. It's not so much Clemson, it's Dabo.
I don't want to give him the pleasure of being
Because
able
I
to.
don't like. Do you remember how you felt about Clemson pre Dabo, like in the before 2008 or so? Like to me, they were just kind of
Nothing.
they were just there. You know, they were
Yeah.
just almost like maybe like NC State, like just a team that's exists and you don't really think about much.
No, they were a non. I mean, they were like the rest of the ACC is still just
Yeah,
a total non-factor. I
that's what I
don't.
thought. Yeah, like NC State is like the perfect example for probably how I felt about them before Dabo was there.
It's that, what is that meme from Mad Men where the guy to Don Draper is like, I feel bad for you, and Don Draper goes, I don't think about you at all.
Yeah,
That's how I am with the entire ACC outside Clemson. I don't think about you at all. Maybe some this season with Florida State, maybe. But I mean, at this point, it's just so wholly irrelevant. It's kind of like the rest of the Big Ten outside of Michigan. It's a joke. I don't even know. Like, what do you
there's
want me to
always
say?
one
It
team.
doesn't matter.
There's always one team in the ACC championship game that's just like, what? How? Why? I mean, UNC this year,
every
right?
year.
I mean, I didn't keep up with their with UNC at all in football. I knew Drake May was there, but every now and then I look up on the TV and they're winning a game against some team I've never heard of, like 50-45. So I didn't really think of them as being in the conference championship picture, and then all of a sudden there they are.
Well, it's like Purdue. We mentioned them earlier. Purdue in the Big Ten championship game, where you're just like, what? How did that even happen? Who
Yeah,
approved this? Who let this
very,
happen?
it's very similar.
Yeah.
Oh, you slighted Ohio State. You didn't include them in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I did that on purpose because you know what?
Oh,
Ohio
okay,
State
okay.
won in the last few years. Freaking Zippo. They can't even beat Michigan, Big Ten, Jeff. So cry me a river. All right. So let's go through some of.
Oh God, yeah, Jeff has a pretty good comeback there.
Yeah, Tennessee couldn't beat Purdue. You know what? Tennessee wasn't predicted to win and playing at home against their biggest rival, and they blew it. You know, that's not my problem. Go ahead and beat Michigan, and then we can have a talk. So here's some of the predictions. Danny says 43-37 Tennessee. Larry says 31-28 Tennessee. Jeff, he says 31-20 Clemson. What a clown response. Stupid score prediction. Kevin says 42-35 Vols. Ed says 23-20 Vols. And then I said 35-34. So there's some optimism here. Zach is a huge downer. I can't believe you would do that. I've never chosen Tennessee to lose a football game. I would never do that.
We'll have to check the tape on that. Just to be sure.
Don't go back and check whether I've chosen Tennessee to lose or not.